So just earlier today, the game came down for emergency maintenance. So in this video, I want to cover the details of that maintenance, how they completely broke dungeons, and you should completely avoid doing them now unless you're completely capped on your tokens. Another opportunity to get more codes for this free tier 2 gear, of which I can showcase everything that's actually available, as I got hands on with one of the packs. Thanks, Tico. But in terms of this maintenance, it was expected to last just 2 hours, as per these regions at these set times. This to resolve some crash and disconnects. However, that got it extended by another 2 hours, and so the game's been down for like 4 hours. Unfortunately though, they didn't fail to break something. Co-op dungeons are now a bit screwed up, as when you go to queue and it successfully matches you with other players, you all end up in an instance by yourself. As a simple workaround, you need to exit the instance you're in. So you press the escape key like B on PC, and then you're going to enter the instance of somebody else who doesn't say leave. And that's very simply it, and you should end up in the party with everybody else, as long as you all join the same person's instances. It can get a bit messy when everybody leaves the instance and then nobody stays. I would recommend, if you're the number one player, you stay and let everybody join you. We had a player who had no clue what to do, just stayed in his void wastes, maybe AFK, and the other party members wanted to kick him. But he ended up leaving on his own, and we got a replacement. Now the worst part about this bug with the dungeons is people are missing out on their random dungeon queue bonus rewards. You can see it's supposedly a random matchmaking, but we did not get those extra chests. So it's advisable not to do your dungeons until they actually fix this, because that bonus reward can be quite valuable when you get these extra 5 loyalty coins 10% of the time. That's on average half a loyalty coin per dungeon, including 2-star dungeons which have the exact same drop rates. So don't get caught out by that weird bug. I don't know how they break these things all the time. But yeah, the only real news we got was that this emergency maintenance was just for crashes and disconnects. I wasn't experiencing any of that, but maybe some of you were. We did get a little bit of compensation for the maintenance, which was another 300 ornate coins. Which actually, do be aware, they have, since the previous update, added precious blessing pouches, the plateau ones. You can get 15 for the price of 675 ornate coins. Totally worth it, because these give now tier 2 gear along with extra contract scrolls. I'll go and open my 15 and see if we get any lucky drops. Here we go, and unfortunately, I'm struggling with inventory space, but the first 5, we did get Shadow Harvester Mask with no tier 2 drops other than this crossbow, which they aren't worth anything. We'll clear some inventory space, and we can open the remaining 10. Let's see, we got no tier 2 gear from there. Excuse the blue stuff again, it's kind of worthless. But at least we got a whole bunch of scrolls, which we can then get more blessing pouches with more of a chance to get tier 2 gear. So I do recommend picking them up. Again, we just got another 300 ornate coins. You should have more than enough to buy them. And just save enough ornate coins for the next time we get monthly reset in April, and you'll be able to buy them again. I don't recommend getting these precious blessing pouches unless you are really overflowing in ornate coins. You can dissolve the contracts from those, maybe sell some gear for traits. But yeah, the best things from here is definitely the skill books and the growth stones. I would skip on the morphs and the amatory unless you're a collector. They don't really give you any benefits, and I wouldn't really get these mastery seals either. It's honestly not a lot of XP for a lot of ornate coins, because you're better off spending that on trade extracts and then being able to sell those traits for Lucent. And yes, they are still pushing with their giveaway. I assume it's probably going to be a week-long campaign thing where they release more giveaways. You can see the details from their post here, and ultimately with regards to these streamers, basically to clarify, those streamers got a bunch of codes that they can freely give out however they see fit. So they basically gonna host their own giveaway kind of things and give out the codes while you watch their stream. It's no automated system, which honestly it should be. It should be like you watch a streamer for, I don't know, 20 hours total over the course of a week, and you get the code for free and you get the pack. I can show you everything in that pack, as I did manage to obtain it. They fortunately did give me a code to showcase, and ultimately, yeah, you obtain this one pack here, which then has these two packs. So one is going to be for weapons, which simply allows you to choose 2 of these different weapons. And they're all just max level 9 weapons, and they're supposed to be max traded as well. I can use the pack, then go and use the weapon selection pack. Again, I gotta choose specific weapons. I'll choose this sword and this bow, and now we can see what traits are actually on it. You can see it's fully max traded. The bow's got hit chance, crit, and heavy attack, while the sword has got hit chance, max health, and heavy attack. And it's really good, because this is maxed out level 9 fully traded tier 2 blue gear. And if we want to compare that versus, say, my bow, which is just a tier 1 bow, but at max level 9, it's actually more beneficial for me to use this new blue bow, excluding the bonus and the strength I'd get from the Carnix bow. Because you look at the base damage, and it's 13 more higher on max and 20 more higher on min. So for me at this standpoint, it's technically better to have this pack. But that's just an alt build where I never bothered to level up my bow, and I honestly won't, because I'll just get a new tier 2 one and work on just trading that and use the sync system to have it at max level. So that's pretty useful for a new player who doesn't yet have purple gear. Like if you already have tier 1 purple gear that's already like level 9 and got a few traits on it, this is going to have like no value at all for you. You can't sell it, you can't do anything with it, you can't transfer other gear into it. All you can do is transfer this gear into new tier 2 gear, and that's the only real benefit from it. And it won't even be as efficient as, say, maxing out tier 1 purple gear before transferring that into tier 2 gear. There's just all of these weapons, none of them have special effects, just the basic blue weapons. You can see them also in your main crafter. And then the armor, there are 3 sets to choose from, and so you can get the cloth armor, and it has all of this. Again, you should be able to see all of them in the crafter, and it's basically a full set including accessories here, and it should, I believe, cloth armor give you boosts to like mainly dexterity and wisdom here, and then another set which is leather, probably dexterity and perception based, and then another full set which is going to be plate, that's probably going to be more like strength and perception based. Still no extra bonuses with fortitude. It would have been nice if they took the opportunity, since they were releasing new gear, which is this tier 2 blue stuff, to add more that would give fortitude. But yeah, it's a missed opportunity, and all the nebula stuff doesn't get fortitude because it was created before the spear was released and before that attribute came out. We still maybe have to wait till tier 3 update when we get legendary gear to get more gear that gives fortitude, because currently the only 2 sets you can gain for fortitude is the Gilded Raven set or the new super exclusive Vanguard set. This thing hasn't been fully released yet, like it's only dropping in pouches, except for the boots and the headpiece which they've added to the open world dungeon. But do be aware they did add more opportunities on top of my previous video to get codes, which is via Reddit. Basically, you're going to have some puzzle with unscrambling some words to then get messaged a code. But again, if you're not a super new player to the game, you're not really missing anything. This pack is not that good for you if you already have level 9 purple tier 1 gear. But again, I honestly think everybody should have had the opportunity to get this fairly easily. Maybe they will at the end of the week announce some codes that everybody can use, but for now it's kind of exclusive. If I go and choose, say, this plate set and open it, we then get another pack, we go and use that, and now we get all of that gear in our inventory, and we can see, yeah, it's fully traded. This plate stuff is all endurance, looks like melee and ranged endurance. Will help with, say, my alt tank build for like PvE content, but keep in mind, you can't slot any runes into this. Same with the weapons, so it does miss quite a lot in terms of those bonuses. And that's why purple gear is just better, and for a newer player, I would still recommend trying to work towards tier 1 purple gear until they make tier 2 purple gear more accessible, because right now it's very inaccessible. But that's it for now. Thanks all for watching, and we'll see y'all around.